Hi, welcome back to another episode of Real Shit Right Now. As usual, I'm Vaz motherfucking Hazen, and today I have on our guest, Pam from Pause and Play. This is the Pause and Play interview number 2. If you've seen the original one that we have with Juan, you can go and look that up.
I don't know which one I'm supposed to look at.
You can look at either one. This one or that one. We got 2 cameras.
Alright, I was just like...
Alright, so we're just going to hop right into this. You're a clothes designer, you paint,
Yes.
you do a lot of website design, you do a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to know, how did you start? How did you start with like clothing?
By dressing myself like every day. Sorry, take 2. I don't know. It's just like something I've been like obsessed with like forever. Like literally since I was like 5 years old and I got like my first sketchbook. I was like already drawing like weird clothes and like.
You're like, I'm gonna wear this one day.
Yeah, hasn't come yet because I haven't. I still need to like learn how to like stitch my own stuff.
Yeah.
But so far we're like just doing prints and stuff.
You have like a sewing machine?
Yeah, but my mom won't let me use it because she thinks I'm gonna break it. Because I'm not experienced. I used it once and I got it all like jammed up. So
you gotta use YouTube.
Yeah.
I could have swore. I don't know if that was me. Okay. Anyway.
It was you.
So who was like the influence behind like most of your clothing? Or like what's like your main inspiration like when you're making your own clothes? Like who do you look to? Or go online and like, okay, I like that, I'm gonna blend this with that, little touch of this.
I mean, honestly, I like streetwear a lot, so I look at like a lot of like Supreme stuff.
Oh, box
and then like and then I'm all over the place honestly with my taste in fashion, because I also like really admire like high fashion like Gucci and stuff. Like everything they do just like blows me away, and I'm just like, how do you do that? And like, but obviously it's because they have like a huge team and stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's such a little Asian kids stitching together clothes for very cheap
prices. Oh, is that
and
what happens?
Lots of long working hours in China.
That's pretty much what Pause and Play is, but me and Pablo.
You guys are just the only ones in the sweatshop.
Yeah, pretty much. He does the stitching, I do the drawing.
Nice.
But yeah, like so it's pretty much like your most like popular brands that I like look up to and like look for inspiration and stuff like that.
That's it?
Like just for clothing wise, but like for like art, I kind of see like art and clothing like kind of merging. That's why I don't like see them separately. I see them together. Like I feel like you can put on anything and you can like, what do you call that word?
Blend or?
No, like customize anything.
Okay, gotcha.
So like say you have like a really boring jacket and then you have like a really cool design. Like you can do whatever you want. Like, like to me, you don't personally need to like know how to make attire. You could just
just wing it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like it, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I do with most of my stuff. Like some of the pause and play stuff that we put out is just like random not random designs, but like
I don't know. When we were talking to Pablo, he said that. Did I say Pablo? I meant Juan. Anyway, we were talking to Juan.
His name's not Juan.
It's not?
It's Pablo.
It is Pablo. Why did I say Juan in the beginning?
Because it's 161.
That's why. And that's because of his Instagram name.
Yeah, I really don't know where those random numbers came from, but
he confuses the fuck out of me. All right, so we were talking to Pablo, and he says like when he talks about the clothes, when we were asking about the clothes, there seemed to be like so much like thought behind each and every piece. He was talking about the know where your head's at, the flesh is weak, all these sayings, and I was just like, damn, you must put like a lot of time into these like before you make them.
Yeah, I guess to him that's what it looks like, but to me it's like I make the design first and then like it shows me the message. Does that make any sense? Like have you ever drawn anything and you have no idea what it is and then you look at it again and you're like, wow, that's deep. Like
you gotta come up with the answer afterwards.
It's not really, it's like your art teaches you like more than you're like trying to teach somebody through your art. It's just like whatever happens with it.
It's like you put it down, you didn't know what you were doing, but then like you're like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, and then I fill him in and he's like, wow, like how long did that take you? I'm just like, I don't know. A few minutes, but
he's gonna watch this interview and be like, really? That's amazing that you kind of like blend the clothes and your art with it, because like I noticed like with all your art that you post on like Instagram, it's always like really dope clothes that the characters are wearing.
We're trying to well, I'm trying anyway, to like merge more of my art into the, into the company. Just because like we kind of try to keep it like safe, like kind of like please everybody in a way.
Yes.
I think I made way too dark.
And you're kind of like trying to step out of that boundary?
Yeah, and like just like put my art more out there, I guess. Like, it is like our company after all.
Yes.
And like we were kind of playing it safe for a while, but now I feel like we can be more creative with it since we have more of like a loyal
following and stuff.
Yeah, so now we're kind of gonna get to like the real stuff and like collaborate with like different artists. Like that's what another thing that we want to do is like just put like a lot of artists on and stuff. But sometimes it gets hard with just two people like running everything.
It definitely does. There's a lot of work running a clothes company.
Oh, yeah.
And I've noticed like Pause and Play has been growing. It's been growing rapidly ever since like our last interview. I've noticed things have picked up a lot. You guys are doing way more activities. Does it ever get like too much? Do you feel like it's getting like too much, or do you feel like you're finally getting somewhere you want to be?
I feel like it's every little tiny thing that happens is like what makes us like kind of push forward more. Like I guess after the interview, he talked about like collabing and stuff.
Yes.
And like at first it's like a thought, but then like once you like actually like say it, then it has to like come true. You know what I mean? Like
definitely. Like it just can't be something out there in the window that you just keep giving an answer to like Sony does.
Exactly. Like wait, like who what?
Sony.
What do you mean?
Sony will be like, "We're going to try." and then like years later, "You said you were going to try. We're going to keep trying." And they just never were. Like the whole cross-platform thing was like something like a lot of people were fighting for to get them to like do online gaming with Xbox and like
didn't
Nintendo.
Like Xbox and PlayStation just like merge, and now like apparently now you guys can like play with each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's becoming like a recent thing and everybody's like super excited.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color would have to be like right now it's kind of pink.
Oh. Okay, I need white.
Last year was like purple. Year before that it was like black.
Oh.
It changes up.
Yeah, mine every year as well. I'll use this one then. So
you had the story to tell for us about your first time coming to America.
Yes.
And like it was like your whole entire inspiration behind your art.
Yes.
Could you tell us that story now?
Yes. So pretty much like, I mean, I didn't find out that we were leaving until like literally like probably like a month before.
Yeah.
And so I had like kind of had like made up this whole like fantasy about this place that it was gonna be like the greatest thing ever. I mean, it is awesome. Obviously, I'm not being like an ungrateful brat. But like, I thought it was gonna be like so colorful because like I would watch all these like different cartoons that were based off here.
What was the main one that kind of like
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Gave
And
you,
I
like,
was
the full
like,
perception?
damn, I'm about to like, cause Argentina's like a really colorful place.
Yeah.
There's this like one place in the capital called El Caminito, and like pretty much like.
You got to say that again. Hold on.
El Caminito. It means like the little path.
The little path.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And pretty much like it's just like a bunch of like houses. It's just like kind of like a strip, like it would be like in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different shops, and like it's just all like really colorful. Like you can look it up on Google, and like but yeah, it's just so like colorful and like so much art and like culture going on like on the street like 24/7 like all year round. You know what I mean? So then. And then, compared to the cartoons that I was watching that were based off the United States, I was like, oh, so it's going to be, like, even better. And then I get here, and we land in Arlington, and everything's, like, really, like, gray and, like, buildings, and I'm like, oh.
It's so bland.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I could color that. And, yeah, and, like, ever since then, like, I've always, like, kind of wanted... I don't want to vandalize, but I just wanted to
some shit.
I want to add color to like the world
okay.
that like looks like it's missing color, because I feel like that's what brings like happiness. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like if you're always looking at like gray and sad buildings, you're gonna be like, oh, what's life?
What do you think the big difference is between like here and there? Like, why do you think it's so colorful there and then here is like so bland with the buildings?
Honestly, like I don't want to say it's because like they're poor and they need like more to look forward to, but like I've always noticed like in like less like fortunate areas, creativity like comes through a lot, and that's because like creativity is something that like helps a lot of people get through like their struggles. You know what I mean? So
Definitely does.
and like you notice like even here like in DC and like just places that are not as like I don't know like thriving. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Is definitely more colorful and more expressive because it's like to like a regular person it's just like art and it's just like a bunch of colors, but like to somebody who can like really interpret something, it like
it speaks to them on
yeah,
like another level.
like a mural says like a million different things. And like one of my favorite muralists is Rose Inks from DC. And
I've
like
never seen
are
it.
you serious? She is amazing.
I might have seen it. I don't know if I've seen it. I don't know.
She is like she's literally like my biggest inspiration because she like tackles like so many like social issues and like she's just like really out there and she's like really doing her thing. She's amazing.
Like what is like her main thing like that she does? That she has like multiple pieces. Is there like a theme behind it?
I guess like social justice. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So she really speaks to like the urbanness of the city.
Yeah,
and, like everybody living in it. And
yeah,
they're able to see themselves.
like the issue of like gentrification and like homeless people and like immigration, like literally everything. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a
problem.
Serious topic, yeah. And stuff like that. And she just like has a really big impact like in the community. Like literally like I feel like half of DC is like covered in Rose Inks murals. And then there's like moss paws and stuff like that.
So I've definitely seen. I just didn't know it was her.
Yeah,
most likely. Because I go to DC a lot.
Yeah, you've definitely seen her work. She's very like colorful as well. Like I love her stuff. But
you were also talking about like sitting in traffic and how beautiful everything was.
Yeah, on my first day, like I was like so blown because it wasn't as colorful as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
But then like the sunset, and I guess we were going to our destination, our new home or whatever. And we were sitting in traffic forever, and I'm pretty sure we were like on top of some hill, but like you could just see like cars like going down like forever. Oops. And like I'm getting like James Pollock in here, but like and you could see like cars go down for like the longest like miles, and I probably couldn't see, and that's why it was like so blurry. Like I needed glasses, I just like didn't know, but like it just like looked super magical, and it was like really soothing, and it just made me think, like, damn, like, there's really beauty everywhere if you just kind of look, hard enough.
And there's, like, some color to find in life.
Yeah.
That's what I always think when I'm, like, sitting in traffic. Or, like, our first time we went to New York and, like, pulling into, like, underneath the elevator, and you're looking at all the tall skyscrapers because we pulled in at night, and you see all the lights and, like, tall buildings. And, like, it really shows you, like, there is a beauty in the city. Even though it, like, has this blandness to it, it has, like...
stinky and...
Yeah.
Then you get up there and you're just like... Wow, it actually is really beautiful.
It's captivating in, like, its own way.
Exactly. And, like, yeah, ever since, like, I always think about, like, that day a lot because it was just so nice. And, like, for some reason, I've never seen, like, traffic that way. Now I hate sitting in traffic, obviously.
Yes,
because I'm driving. But if I was a passenger, like, I love it.
So do you think, like, that was, like, your big inspiration to, like, push you to where you are now? Like, that whole transitioning from Argentina to here?
Yeah, I mean, my parents brought me out here for a reason. You know what I mean? They wanted like a better life for, our entire family. And I've never like done such a sucky painting, but.
Nah, you're good. It's because we don't use any pencils. We just go straight in. So it's like really difficult.
They're geeked. But yeah. No, it was just. I do think about that day often because that day was like super emotional because like when our family like dropped us off at the airport in Argentina, it was like the hardest goodbye ever.
There was a goodbye? Wait, Juan didn't tell us this part. Pablo didn't tell us this part of the story.
Juan says Juan.
Yes, he gets me. All right. He didn't tell us that part of the story. He didn't say anybody got left behind. He just told us like came here in 2003 and then like came from Argentina.
It was not 2003. It was like it was before 9/11.
Yeah, that's what he told us. Another story.
Nah, he's drunk. It's like, but no, it was obviously families have like cousins and grandmas and
yes,
we couldn't bring everybody. It was just our immediate family, like my parents.
And that was a hard goodbye.
Yeah, and like I've never seen my grandparents or cousins since then. Like we haven't gone back really.
Damn.
And, yeah.
Do you ever plan on going back and visiting?
Yeah, of course. I want to like get a house out there or whatever.
Colorful house.
Yes. Colorful house. Everything out there is so colorful. But like I said, it's probably because of the whole poverty thing.
It seems like when you were sent over the story, I was like, damn, this must be like your real driving force, because that's all Pablo talked about in his interview, was like how much he does the clothing and everything, and wants it to be something so successful for your family.
Yeah. Eventually, we wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, so my parents could stop working, and, you know, like, all their efforts, you know, were worth it, I guess. I think everybody wants to make their parents proud, no matter where you come from, even if you're, like, already stinking rich or, like, you're, you know, flat broke.
It's that sense of gratification that we all seek, I think. You think they were super proud when you had, like, your first art show?
Oh, yeah.
Did they show up?
No, because I have a baby, so somebody has to babysit.
Gotcha.
And it was them. But I showed them all the pictures, and they were, like, super proud. My dad is, like, my first biggest influence. He was, like, the one who, like, taught me how to draw and everything. Obviously, I don't use, like, his skills all too much anymore, because I'm more of, like, a illustrator.
Yes.
And he taught me, like, a lot of, like, realism. And I could still, you know, get it out of me. It's just, like, really hard, and it's just more fun, like, making dumb little cartoons. Like, but and his dream for, like, he wasn't, like, the kind of parent to, like, push, you know, their kid to, like, do what they want him to do, but he was definitely, like, a really big influence. Like, you know, you're my kid, you got to be good at art, because he's, like, amazing. Like, you can give him a picture of you, and he will, like, just make an exact replica out of, like, crayons, like Dollar Tree crayons. Like, he's insane.
Okay, that changes totally, like, all of my perception. So would you say that move was the inspiration behind your art, or is it mainly your father that, like...
Probably my dad, because, you know, he was teaching me art, like, you know, obviously when I was little and stuff like that, but, you know, I didn't grow into it until I started going to school here, because they do have, like, really amazing art programs. Honestly, in school, when I went to elementary school in Argentina, I don't remember doing too much, like, art and stuff like that. But here, like, was, like, where I got, like, my super big push, and, like, they just made it really, like, seem really, like...
intriguing and fun and, like, really great to learn.
Yeah, that, but, like, just, like, a very, like, obtainable thing. You know what I mean?
Like, I can have this lifestyle if I want.
Yeah.
I can look forward to
Like,
this.
I would fall in love with all my art teachers. Like, all of them would be like, Pam, you have so much talent. Like, keep going. And they would, like, I wasn't, like, the teacher's pet, but they just, like, love my ass. And, like, they'd bring me, like, they would, like, buy me sketchbooks, and, like, you know, they would stay after school with me and, like, help me, like, you know, create a certain form and stuff like that.
They had so much faith. They were like, yeah, she's going to be doing this for life.
Yeah. And I feel like once an art teacher, like, sees somebody with talent like that, they try to, like, kind of be a big part, because, you know, one day maybe if you make it, you'll, like, give them recognition. But unfortunately, I don't remember any of their names. So
that's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to go back to that school, I'm like, hey, can you tell me who taught here, like, 50 years ago? I want to say thank you.
So what was it like doing your first art show?
It was absolutely amazing. Like, the amount of support that I got. Look at these people's fingers.
They look nice. They're better than my fingers right now. I'm doing, like, the bare minimum.
I love it. You look troubled. But, yeah, it was, like, amazing. All my friends pulled up. Like, I met so many new faces. And it was, like, literally everything I dreamed of. Like, you know, it was, I found out about it so randomly. Like, this guy that followed me, like, just sent me a flyer, and he was like, hey, there's going to be an art show in D.C. Like, you should totally try to go. And I was like, sure. And I kind of, like, set my pictures thinking, like, I'm, like, really insecure about my work. So...
as all artists should be.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know if they're going to like my stuff. My stuff kind of looks dumb. And I kind of just sent it thinking, like, they were going to ignore my, like, you know, like, request, I guess.
Yeah.
And, like, I got an email back immediately. It was like, we love your stuff. Like, yes, come
in. And
yes.
then you just
and
brought...
I was like, okay.
How many works did you bring?
They said, like, 7, but I brought, like, everything I had either way. Because I had no idea, like, how it even worked. Like, I was probably so annoying. I was like, hey, can I bring this? Hey, can I, like, bring pins? Can I
like,
put, like,
what
holes
size
in
did it need to be? Like, yeah, like, all that.
I was like, asking them, like, a million questions, like, every day. And they were like, just do whatever you want. And I was like, okay, bet. And I was, like, very disorganized that day, too, because I was, like, I felt like I was graduating or something. But, you know, like, that, like, nervous,
fun
feeling that you get?
Where you're like, I don't know how this is going to work out. It can go terrible, but it can also go, like, really super great.
But I really freeballed it, and, like, it wouldn't have been so successful if, like, my friends didn't help me. But, yeah, the guy who, like, sent me the flowers, his name is, Antizana Music. I honestly don't know his real name, but that's his Instagram name. And he's really cool. And like I still keep in touch with him, cause you know I'm just like still very grateful for like that random ass, you know, flyer that he sent me. You know what I mean? Like that also that day was like something that like pushed me even more to do, you know, what I love. Because like I've never felt like, besides like my baby being born, I've never felt like that big of a joy, like of people like seeing my work and like understanding it and trying to interpret it and just like appreciating it, you know,
because
for
it's
what
like
it
another
is.
one of your creations.
Yeah, exactly. Like anything I make, if somebody appreciates it, I'm just like, oh, like thank you. Like it's just it's just,
You
like,
have really good art though, so I don't.
Thank you.
So it's like really hard not to like really be like, yo, this lady's dope.
I guess it was just kind of like a confirmation that like, you know, you're doing all right, kid. You know, like
Yeah.
you know.
Do you plan to do more?
Of course. Honestly, like the rest of the art shows that I've had haven't been as like amazing as the first one.
Yes.
But I feel like, you know, nothing is as great as your first time of anything. But
some things.
well, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, actually, you're right. But yeah, I've had a lot more, but the outcome has been different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not gonna stop trying just because, like, you know, a little bit of hiccups here and there.
Definitely, because it teaches you so much more in the long run.
Exactly. Like I've had a few art shows that like I've like immediately agreed yes to because, you know, I wanted to like, you know, show my work, of course, and like meet new people. And like I made the mistake of like not looking up the location, and then when we get there, it's like, oh,
This is not
a place to really appreciate art.
No.
Because it's a nightclub or something like that. You know what I mean? So.
Do you sell your work?
Do I sell it?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah. I don't like advertise it as much because I did at one point, and then I just got like too many requests. And when I'm like too overloaded, I go into like
hibernation mode.
Yeah. I'm just like, I want to do nothing like, because even, you know, even if people do appreciate my art, I'm still insecure. Like, you know, that nothing's going to take away from that like, you know, I'm not 100% confident in my work all the time. Yeah. I'm always scared, like, especially when I'm doing it for somebody else. When I do it for myself, I don't really care.
But then when somebody's like, how are they going to do this?
Yeah, it's just like, oh, are they going to like it? Like, oh, man, they're paying for it. Like, oh, it sucks. Like, so it's just like, when I have too many of those, like, requests, I kind of just, like, shut down. So I don't put it too much out there, and I do it, I don't know, kind of low-key, but.
We have to wrap up real soon, so yeah. I need to ask you, what is... like, what's coming for Pause and Play for your clothing company? Even though we didn't talk about clothing a lot, we more touched on art. You know, the art is like the real driving force behind your clothing. So one of the big things you said was you were going to try to start putting more of like your drawing into the clothing. Are we going to start seeing some of that soon? Oh, yeah.
I feel like people have already seen a little bit of it, but like I said, like, you know, I overloaded myself with too much work, so kind of took a little pause on that one. But LOL. But
so, Pablo did say you were more the pause in the play. Yes. He was more the play.
I'm super pause, but I just be cool in it. But yeah. So recently we like came out with the canvas bags, so, like the tote bags, and each of those are like hand painted. And I was originally gonna do like all of them, but I'm like, let's be real, like that is a lot of work. So what I want to do is like have like different artists pretty much help me make them, and like it's not even like too much for a profit. It's just, you know, to get people's like name out there. And, you know, things like that.
That is really cool.
Yeah, so if you want to do like a bag, like you're more than welcome to. And then
I would love to do a bag.
Profit, and we just have the Pause and Play logo on the other side. But like one side is for like, you know, the artist to show off, and then, you know, it's just two teams working together. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely down. I would love to do a bag.
You know, we're looking towards more like one of ones kind of things, like very like unique, very mostly hand painted kind of things. And we're still going to come out, you know, with your graphic tees everybody loves and stuff like that. But it's going to be more of like just 100% like unique, like only you have it kind of thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
Up the rarity. I dig it.
Exactly.
I totally love everything happening with Pause and Play. Is there like anything else you want to plug before we wrap this up? Shout outs or anything?
Shout out to Sick Taco, who like helped us a lot.
He takes all the pictures, so you remember Sick Taco.
He takes all the pictures. He branched out. He's doing like tats now, so hit him up for tats. Pretty much all our crew who we started with branched out into their own thing, which is amazing.
That is wonderful.
Both of them are doing tattoos. Maui and Taco are doing tattoos now. Let's see. Then we have Maro, who makes music still, and he's a producer at Mixmaster Pro Studios.
That's in like
It's like in the Burke area.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Been there before a couple times.
Really fancy in there. But yeah, just like pretty much squad. Like there's Khan. He has like great music. But you know, he needs that push, which we all do, but he has like some fire fuego coming out soon. And my mom. Shout out to my mom and dad.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right, so you just heard it here first with Real Shit Right Now, the second Pause and Play interview. As usual, I'm Vaz motherfucking Hazing, and this has been Pam from Pause and Play. And check out some of Pause and Play's work. We'll put a link to their shop below.
And my art.
And our art.
Okay, bye.
Oh yeah, we got to show the paintings. I always
Oh.
forget that part.
I didn't get to draw their faces.
You can finish it. We'll let you. We'll post a picture.
Where was the black? This is him, and then this is I, but they still need hair and faces, so.